So hello dear student, welcome to the new video, and this is the numerical third which we are going to analyze that how it will behave. Okay, so first of all, as you can see, again you might get little confused that how this particular circuit is exactly it will look like. So first of all we will uh, draw this particular circuit roughly over here, and then we will analyze this particular circuit. Okay, so uh, yeah, let's take this particular 12 volts. So as you can see, this is my uh, 12 volts which I'm considering over here, this negative side, and then I'm connecting this particular thing to the, let me just use this particular white color because this will actually help to understand the things, and let me just use the different colors for components. Okay, so then I'll connect this particular thing to the ground, correct. Then what I will do is I will connect these two particular diodes, as you can see, which are in this particular manner. So I will try to connect them in similar manner. Okay, we'll try to connect them in similar manner as you can see over here in the above circuit as well. Okay, and then what I will do is I will connect the resistor in series with each of the diode. So this is that resistors, as you can see. Okay, and then what I will do, I will connect this particular thing to one common point, and then I will, this one common point is when connected to another resistor which is 10k, which is 10k, and this is connected to minus 9 volts. Oh sorry, and this is connected to minus 9 volt. So this is the minus terminal and this is the plus terminal. Okay, and this is connected to ground. Okay, and this is your V out, and obviously you are getting the V out with respect to ground. With respect to ground, that means this is your positive terminal of V out and this is your negative terminal of V out. Okay, so this is how this particular circuit will look like, and let me just write the values. Here it is 2 kilo ohm, again here it is 2 kilo ohm, and these are the silicon diodes, and here it is 10 kilo ohm, 10 kilo ohm. Okay, so okay, and I just forgot to write the values of this two particular thing, that is plus minus 12 volts. This plus is not visible. Okay, and this is minus and plus, it is 9 volts. Okay, minus 9 volts, this is what it means. And then what I will do is that I will take this particular circuit and we will analyze this particular circuit. Just a second. Yeah, I will take this particular circuit and we'll analyze this particular circuit in the next page. Let me take all of the things over here and I will erase this part. Yes, so yeah, this is how the circuit is. So what we will do, first of all, we will try to understand the functioning of this two particular diode. As you can see, that if I'm giving plus 12 volts, here obviously it is negative, so the diode is in forward bias, this is for sure. But 12 volts, it is as you can see, these diodes are in parallel, so here also you will get plus 12 volts and here also you will get plus 12 volts. That's nice, it's absolutely fine up till here. But what about this particular thing? Since the diode is in forward bias, so it will conduct. Okay, it will conduct. So now I'm taking the modeling part because this particular thing, it is little tedious, and I will, what I will do is that I will draw this particular thing over here. So let's suppose these are those two things, and yeah, it will look something like this. And here you have resistor. Let me just use this particular thing, resistor. Okay, and here also you have one resistor, and again they both are connected in in series with diode, but they are connected in kind of a parallel fashion. Okay, so let me use white color. See, I am going a little slowly and steadily. This is because I want you to understand each and everything in detailed way. I want you to make your concept strong. Okay, so that's why I'm going in a little slower manner. Otherwise, uh, in whatever, I teach many of the students, and I teach them in a very fast manner in very precise way, but what I feel is I'm doing this particular course on Udemy and I want each and everyone to learn electronics in depth. Okay, so that's why I'm explaining each and every concept in crystal clear way, so that you in your mind you should not have any doubt, and even if you have doubt you can ask me at any time. Okay, I'll surely try to give your answers. So this is how this that particular circuit was, and let me complete this particular part. Yeah, here you were getting 12 volts, and just a second, I will draw the same thing below. Control C and Control V. I'll take this particular part over here, and I will erase this particular thing. In fact, till here. And then what I will do is I will connect this positive and negative. Oh, sorry. Let me connect it properly. Positive and negative. Yeah. Similarly, positive and negative. This is the modeling of diode, and here I'm explaining this part because I feel that it is required to clear your concept in much more detail way, like how you would understand if two diodes come together in a circuit. Okay, so then things become little difficult, I can understand. So that's why I'm explaining this part little slowly and steadily, so please do cooperate. And yeah, this is how the connection would look like. So basically this is the modeling of diode, and as you can see the diode is in forward bias, so obviously it will act as a closed switch. So let me draw that particular switch. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, so the diode will act as a closed switch. This is your 2k 2 kilo ohm of resistor, and this is your 2 kilo ohm of resistor, again 2k. So basically the circuit is same, but the thing is that we had modeled this particular diode. And now what will happen, so you are giving plus 12 volts over here, so here also it is getting plus 12 volts, and here also it is getting plus 12 volts, correct? And now since the diode is in forward bias, so it will act as a closed switch, but at the same time it will provide the voltages plus minus a 0.7 volt, which is the depletion layer voltage. Okay, that means VD 0.7 volts or above as well, and below as well 0.7 volts. And then what is going to happen now, if you can see very clearly, here you are getting plus 12 volts, here you are getting plus 12 volts. Okay, and here also you are getting plus 12 volts. Okay, and now if you try to apply this particular 12 volts over here, so when this particular 12 volts will try to approach over here, okay, so it would be 11.3 volts. Here the voltage would be 11.3 volts, and here also the voltage would be 11.3 volts. Why? Because this 0.7 volt and it is connected in opposite direction to the plus 12 volts. As you can see, it's something like this. Let me draw over here. This is your just a second. Yeah, this is your plus 12 volts. Okay, and to that 0.7 volt is connected in this fashion. 0.7 volt, it is connected in this fashion. So forget about rest of the circuitry. If you try to apply the KVL, let me write over it. This is 12 volts. This is plus minus 0.7 volt. Okay, so even if you try to apply KVL, it would be 12 volt minus, if obviously this is plus and this is minus, 12 volt minus 0.7 volts. Forget about rest of the circuitry. Okay, if you just subtract both of them, you end up getting 11.3 volts. So that's why I had wrote over here 11.3 volts, because these two particular voltages, as you can see, this one and this one, I mean the diode voltage, this one, they are trying to oppose each other. Understanding my point? They are trying to oppose each other, so you end up getting 11.3 volts. Okay, so now let me take the same circuit and we are going to further process this circuit. And let me go to the next page. Yeah, somewhere over here. And what we are going to do is that now we are getting the voltage as 11.3 volts. So what we can understand is this. So this is what we are understanding. Let me take the help of the different chips which are available over here. Anyhow, I don't use this particular thing that much, but yeah, Now it would really help us. Similarly, let me go over here and let me take this particular thing. So the circuit is one and the same. Okay, we had just modified the circuit and we are basically trying to analyze this particular circuit. Let me bring it little down, this particular thing. Yes, and this one little that side. Yes, now it is looking good. Okay, now I hope you understood this part, and yeah, now we are going to analyze the thing in this way. So it's like this. This something like this, and yeah, yes. So this is what you are getting at the end. So this is your resistor, and this is your another resistor, correct? And here you are providing what? You are providing 11.3 volts, which is basically same. You are providing 11.3 volts. See, since they have same voltage over here, and obviously they would be having same voltage over here as well. As you can see, V out, as you can see, your whatever V out, it would be reflecting over here as well. So basically what I want to tell is that forget about whatever V out would be. There would be one constant voltage, that is V out over here, and again there is one constant voltage which is present over here, that is 11.3 volts. Okay, and you have two resistor 2k and 2k. Now if you can look very clearly, these two resistors are in parallel. Why? Because the voltage between both of them, it is same. As you can see here, we are getting one constant voltage, that is V out. Okay, and here we are getting the another constant voltage, that is 11.3 volt. Understanding this particular part, let me explain the thing again. Let's go step by step. We did not to hurry. We will learn each and everything in easy way. So this is how your circuit will look like. What we did was, we understood that here the 12 volts are coming. Okay, 12 volt is approaching towards the anode of the diode, and obviously the diode is in forward bias, because we saw that negative 9 volt, it is connected over here. So up till now it is good. Then what we saw is, since this 12 volt, it is approaching to a diode, then we did the modeling of diode, and based on the modeling, what we saw is that this 0.7 volt, it is opposing this 12 volt. So that's why, just by applying KVL, we didn't apply the KVL overall. What we did is that we tried to apply the concept of KVL. Okay, they're like plus 12 volt and minus 0.7 volt. So basically by adding them, basically by subtracting them, what I meant to say is, we will add them, but it is opposing this minus 0.7 volt, it is opposing 12 volt. So that's why we end up getting 11.3 volts as the answer. So what we saw is that when this 12 volt is moving towards this particular side, it is losing its 0.7 volts. Why? Because it is the depletion layer voltage of the diode, VD of the diode. Okay, so that's why we are getting 11.3 volts to both the side of the resistor. Okay, since we are getting 11.3 volts, so that's why, for our better understanding, we are drawing this particular thing in this way, that is 11.3 volts to this side. And if you look very clearly over here, we are getting V out over here, which is constant. So that's why we end up we conclude that these two resistor, they are in parallel. Okay, so let me take the equivalent resistor R. Since they both are in parallel, so it should be 2 kilo ohm parallel to 2 kilo ohm, correct? And if you remember in my course 1, I already told you that if two same resistors, that means two resistor having same magnitude, that is 2 over here and 2 over here, they have same value or they have same magnitude. So what you should do, you should multiply it with half. Okay, or you should divide it by 2. So 2k ohm divided by 2, which comes out to be 1 kilo ohm. So what does that mean is this: rather than having these two particular resistor, now you can represent this particular whole circuit in this way. See, this was your 11.5. Let me use this color. Yeah, something like this. Yeah, so this was your 11.5 volts, 11.5 5 volts. Let me erase this thing so that would write it clearly. Yeah, this is your 11.5 volts. Sorry, extremely sorry, it is 11.3 volts. Okay, then this is your one resistor. Rather than connecting two resistor, now we directly connected one resistor because we saw that these two resistor, they are in parallel. So we took the value of resistor R as what? 1 kilo ohm. Okay, if you want to apply the parallel formula, you can also apply that, but I think it is not at all required because I had taught all of this concept in my earlier course. Okay, and this is your V out. So this is how the circuit will look like now. Okay, so we'll redraw the entire circuit. Let me go over here. Yeah, so let me take this particular, yeah, it will look something like this. Then there would be one resistor. This is your V out. Then from here there is another resistor, and to it the negative 9 volt is connected, and this is your V out. Okay, so let me use different color. So this is your one resistor, this is your another resistor. Oh, this is your another resistor, and this is your minus 9 volt connected in this manner. Yeah, this is your minus 9 volt, and all this thing, it is connected to ground. Similarly, you are checking your V out with respect to ground. So let me just extend this particular line so that it would be, it won't get congested as such. And yeah, so this is your V out, and you are checking this V out with the respect to ground, correct? With respect to ground. So that means what? This is the positive side, this is your positive side, and this is your negative side, correct? And here you are getting how much voltage? You are getting voltage as 11.3 volts. Okay, which we had seen just now how we calculated this particular value 11.3 volts. So what you can assume this particular thing is this. Basically you can assume it like this. That means you are connecting plus that means positive terminal of battery, and here you are connecting negative terminal of battery, and it is grounded. But you are not doing this, actually you are just assuming this, okay, so that you can solve this particular circuit very easily. Okay, so that's why I had drawn this particular thing with the help of dotted line, and you are assuming that you are connecting this particular thing or this particular battery to the ground. Okay, and here you are getting the resistor as R is equals to 1 kilo ohm, and here you have the value of resistor as 10 kilo ohm, correct? So here the R is 10 kilo ohm, 10 kilo ohms, and here it is minus 9 volts. This is minus and this is plus 9 volts. So now the circuit is looking very easy. Okay, and now what you have to do is you have to apply KVL in this particular direction. It's up to you, you can apply in any direction, but I will apply in this particular direction, and you have to assume this sign convention, plus minus, this is plus minus, and here the battery is connected in minus plus fashion, so you can't do anything about it. So you should directly apply a KVL, and let's consider it as loop 1. So let's consider it that is loop 1. Okay, so we will apply KVL over here. So it would be something like this: 11.3 volts minus, let's suppose the current I is flowing in this particular loop, minus I into your resistor is 1 kilo ohm, correct? 1 kilo ohm. And then what you are doing is again you are assuming that your current is same. Obviously it is going to be same because the another loop is open circuit, is kind of open circuited. So this is your current I, and the value of resistor over here, it is 10 kilo ohm, correct? So it is 10 kilo ohm, and you are connecting this to the battery, and you should always see the opposite sign. That means since your current is moving in this particular direction, so you should see the opposite sign. You should not see this particular sign for KVL. Okay, This is my trick. Obviously it depends on person to person, there are different tricks to apply. So I will consider it as plus 9 volts, and whole of the things it is equals to 0, correct? And now if you can see very clearly, these two terms are looking somewhat similar, that is this one and this one. So you will move these two terms to the RHS side, okay, and you will keep this particular terms to the LHS side. So let's do this and let's figure it out what value we are getting of current. Okay, so your current would be I, and if you add both of them, so it would be 10-11 kilo ohm. So I into, if you add both of them, you will get 11 kilo ohm, okay, and which is equals to 11.3 volts plus 9 volts. Okay, this is in volts, and obviously it is in kilo ohm. So I will just write this thing over here, okay, because there is shortage of space. So the value of I is equals to 11 plus 9. I will write whole of the things in this way only, and then I will calculate the all of the value in calculator. 11 into 10 raised to 3. Okay, so now I will calculate this particular value on my calculator, scientific calculator, that is 11.3 plus 9 divided by 11 into 10 raised to 3. So I end up getting the value of current as, so I got the value of current as 1.84 into 10 raised to minus 3 ampere. That means I got the value of current as 1.84 milliampere. So this is the value of current which I got, and let me highlight it with the help of one box. So yeah, this is what the value of current which I got, that is 1.84 milliampere. So that means what we are getting is, let me just bring this thing over here, because I want this particular circuit. I will just take this particular circuit and I will again place it over there. So yes, Control C, and I will move to the next page. Oh sorry, so I will add the next page. Yes, Control V somewhere over here, and then I will place this thing over there again. Yeah, so what we understood is that the current flowing through this particular terminal I, in fact from the loop 1, it is how much? I is equals to 1.84 milliampere. So this is the value of current flowing through this particular two components, that is from 10 kilo ohm and through 9 volts as well. Okay, now what we want is the value of V out. Okay, so for that we need to apply KVL in this particular direction. That means in this particular direction we have to apply KVL. Let me use different color. Yeah, yellow color. So yeah, in this particular direction we need to apply the KVL. Okay, and obviously the value of current flowing through this particular loop, it would be 0. Why? Because it is an open circuit. As you can see, there isn't any component or something like that connected in between both of them. So that's why here the value of current, let's suppose I1, it is 0, and if we add that means let's suppose I new, if I'm considering, so it would be I1 plus I, and we have the value of I1 as 0 plus I, so our I new would be equals to I, which is equals to 1.84 milliampere. So that's why we are considering, without considering I1, we are just considering I while applying the KVL. Okay, so let me erase all of the thing, just a second, and then we will apply KVL. So this was a basic concept. Anyhow, it wasn't required because I had already explained these things in my earlier courses. Okay, so for applying KVL we need to have this particular equation. That means V out, you are going in this particular direction, so you should consider V out. Then this is plus and this is minus, so you should consider minus I into your R is 10 kilo ohms. Okay, then plus 9 volts, because is equals to 0, we are going in the opposite direction. And if you can see very clearly, we got the value of I as 1.84 milliampere. So our V out pans out to be V out is equals to this would be I is 1.84 milliampere, and your value of resistor is 10 kilo ampere, sorry, 10 kilo ohms. Extremely sorry for that. And once it will go to RHS, so it would be minus 9 volt. Okay, let me write it little below, minus 9 volts. And now what is going to happen is that this particular milliampere, that means 10 raised to minus 3, and this particular kilo ohms, that means 10 raised to 3, they are going to cancel each other, and thus we at the end we get the value of V out as V out is equals to 1.84 into let me write in one box, 1.84 into 10, okay, minus 9 volts. Let me use different colors so that there won't be any confusion. Minus 9 volts. Okay, so it would be somewhere around 22 into 10. So let me calculate this particular value with the help of my scientific calculator. 1.84 into 10. Okay, so the value pans out to be 18.4 minus 9. So yeah, we are getting the value of V out as this. That means V out is equals to 9.4 volts. So this is what we are getting the value for V out. Let me use little bold colors. Let me just erase this thing, and I will use the pen of little broader length. And so therefore the value of V out comes out to be 9.4 volts. So this is the actual value of V out which we got. And now what we are going to do is that we will be simulating this particular same circuit on the, we are going to simulate this particular circuit on the electric, sorry, not this one, yeah, even this one as well, because obviously we need to ground. We are going to simulate the same circuit on the Electric Circuit Studio software, and then we will check whether the value which we are getting for V out is same or not. And of course we will also check the value of current which we are getting over here, yeah, of course over here. So we'll revise quickly what all things we did. So as you can see, this was the circuit given to us. So basically, obviously this is plus 12 volts which you have to assume, and this means that it is positive 12 volts with respect to ground, so that's why we connected it to ground. Okay, and similarly over here it is given that it is minus 9 volt, so that's why it is minus 9 volt with respect to ground, so that's why we connected the positive side to the ground. Okay, and we are basically checking the V out with respect to ground. We want the value of V out with respect to ground. Okay, so that's why while connecting we will connect the positive terminal of multimeter over here and negative terminal of the multimeter, the voltmeter over here. Okay, positive terminal of voltmeter over here and negative terminal of voltmeter over here. Sorry, negative over here and positive over here. Now moving to the next page, what we did is this, the same circuit, but what is going to happen over here is you are going giving positive 12 volts over here, so it is getting divided in both of them, but the voltage would remain same since there isn't any such obstacle or the component present in between them. But yeah, the current might be different, but voltage is same. And we saw that the diode is in forward bias, so obviously we replaced this particular diode with the diode model. And as we saw that this 0.7 volt, it is opposing this particular 12 volts. That means at the end we are getting 11.3 volts. So this is what I show to you, that yes, at the end we are getting 11.3 volts. And then this 11.3 volts, as you can see here, for both of the resistor we are getting 11.3 volts, correct? And over here as you can see very clearly, this V out we are getting which is constant. And as of now we don't know what exactly the V out is, but yes, we are knowing that we are getting V out constant voltage. It is a constant voltage, Okay, so this is what we give to both the ends of these two particular resistors, and then we actually came to know that yes, these two particular resistor, they are in parallel. And the shortcut trick which I told to you in my course one, that whenever you see this two particular resistor having the same magnitude or the same value, you should directly divide it by 2, so you end up getting 1 kilo ohm, correct? So that's why this particular thing, it got replaced over here with one particular resistor. That means 11.3 volts on one end and one end as V out, and in between them you got the value of resistor as 1 kilo ohm, correct? And then what you did is basically you uh, yeah, replace this whole of the thing. I mean, you replace this whole of the thing with 11.3 volts, as you can see, 11.3 volts, and you assume that you are connecting battery of 11.3 volts, but in reality you are not connecting 11.3 volts of battery. You are assuming. Why you assume? Because you deduce this particular whole of the circuit in just this particular circuit, this form of circuit, and that's why you just join this particular part to the this particular thing. As you can see, you just replace all of the thing with this one. Okay, getting my point? And yeah, this was 1 kilo ohm and this was 10 kilo ohm, and then we applied the KVL in this particular loop 1, and then we got the value of current I as 1.84 milliampere. Okay, and then what we did, we applied KVL to the uh, this particular output loop, and then we got the value of V out as 9.4 volts. So I hope you understood this particular concept, that how we apply this concept of KVL, and then we found out the value of V out, and obviously you understood this particular diode circuit as well. And I hope that in future, if 2 or 3 diodes and even infinite diode comes in this particular circuit, you won't get, or you won't hesitate, you will easily solve this particular numerical. Okay, this kind of numericals. So my main intention while solving this numerical was that to get you well acquainted with the two diode circuit. Okay, what, like, if two diodes comes in one circuit, then how to approach such circuit. So this was my main intention, and I hope that I'm quite successful in explaining this particular part. Okay, as you can see over here, we had connected the same circuit which we had seen in a previous video. That means this particular video we had solved this particular numerical, and basically what we are going to do is that we are going to simulate this particular numerical on the Electric Circuit Studio software. And as you can see, the connection are somewhat same, or sorry, it is almost same. That 12 volts, it is connected to these two diodes. Then we have 2k of resistors connected in parallel. This is 10 kilo ohm of resistor, this is minus 9 volt, and this is your V out. Okay, so I hope that you can do the connection on your own. Okay, and then we will simply run this particular circuit, and then we will check what kind of value we are getting at the output. That means over here what voltage we are getting. In numerical, while solving numerical, we got the value of V out as 9.4 volts. So we will check what value we are getting, and as you can see, we are getting the value as 9.57 volts, which is almost equivalent to 9.4 volt. Okay, so let me go towards here, and yeah, so the theoretical value, let me just write over here. So the theoretical value for V out, it was roughly around 9.4 volts. Similarly, the practical value for V out, it is around 9.57 volts. So roughly the difference is around 0.17 volt, if I'm not 0.17, yeah, volts, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 0.17 volts, which is quite okay for this particular thing. And now what we'll do is we'll also check the value of current flowing through this particular two components, or this particular entire loop. So let me just see the value of current. Just a second. Oh, sorry, delete this particular part and let me just zoom it. If you can see, it is 1.0 1 point, just a second, let me move. Yeah, 1.9 milliampere, 1.9 milliampere. And we'll check what kind of value we got for current over here. We got the value as 1.84. See, we got the value of current as 1.84 milliampere, and here we are getting the value of current as 1.9 milliampere. I don't know whether you are able to see it or not, but yes, if I zoom it out, as you can see, the current flowing through 10k resistor, it is 1.9 milliampere. Let me just use this particular pen. It is 1. Oh, here also, just a second, erase this part. Yeah, it is 1.9 milliampere, and if you can see, there is also an arrow indicating that the current is flowing downward. Okay, the current is flowing downwards, that means it is flowing in this direction. And obviously the current which you got, I mean, with the help of simulation, it is 1.9 milliampere. So let me go over here. So yeah, the theoretical value for current I, it was around 1.84 milliampere, and the practical value for current I, we got it as 1.90 milliampere. That means roughly there is difference of around, roughly it is around 0.06, if I'm 0.6, somewhere around 0.64, not 0.4, 0.6 milliampere roughly, if I want to calculate. Yeah, it is 0.64, yeah, 646, it's up to you, but yeah, it is somewhere around 0.6 milliampere. So this amount of difference is quite acceptable. But yes, as you can see, the values are almost similar. That means which we got for the voltage and which we got for the current as well. That means we can conclude that we had solved this numerical correctly, and most importantly, we are able to find out the output voltage. Okay, and at the same time we are able to learn the diode circuits as well. Okay, how the diodes are behaving, and the diodes played a very crucial role. Okay, that means both the diodes are behaving in same way, and most importantly, what they are trying to tell is that these two particular resistor, they are connected in parallel. So this was the most important concept which we learned, that how diode circuits behave, and on the basis of their behavior, how the things actually work, how the circuit actually behaves. Okay, so I really hope that you understood each and everything, and I also expect that at this particular stage you can easily connect this particular thing on your own, easily connect these particular components on your own. This is what I am expecting. See, I will never ever feed you each and everything. Okay, you have to do it on your own. You have to do lots of mistake, gain lots of experience, and come back again. Okay, so it might happen that while connecting this particular circuit, you might do something wrong. That's absolutely fine, because you are on at the very beginning stage. When I was at your place, I also did lots of mistake. Okay, but it's absolutely fine. You are evolving each and every by doing each and every mistake. So this is what I'm expecting from you. So thank you for listening patiently. I'm ending this video. If you have any doubt, feel free to ask me at any time. Thank you.